What is it about motorcycles, especially vintage ones?
Here at Verrall's in Handcross, West Sussex, there are some real beauties. Wow. The Brough Superior, Rolls-Royce of motorcycles. T.E. Lawrence or Lawrence of Arabia's favourite. A 1955 Triumph Trophy 500cc, James Dean's choice. A 1950 Triumph Thunderbird, Marlon Brando's choice in the Wild One. A 1962 Triumph Trophy 650cc, one of Steve McQueen's many. Now I ride this 1958 Triumph Trophy, 650cc. I bought her in Los Angeles about 15 years ago as just a frame, an engine and the two wheels, and managed to slowly source the rest of the parts and put her together. This has led me to meet some lovely people who share the same love and passion of old motorcycles, including Steve McQueen's stuntman, Bud Eakins, and some other famous folks. Let's go meet one of them now.
Hello, mate. favourite. These are the Steve McQueen homage. These are your Purcell fold-ups. And they're fabulous. And the lenses are great and they're functional. The design's great. They work well. I tend to wear those all the time. Always wear these. Boots. The Red Wing boots. Because they're comfortable and they're great and they last, and you could just get them resold.
Very nice.
It's nice and easy.
Yeah.
So this is a Rolex Submariner. Constantly wear that.
What about your T-shirt there?
I like a bit of Johnson Motors stuff.
Johnson Motors, beautiful stuff. I'm actually wearing a Johnson Motors T-shirt myself.
You always look very sharp there, mate.
We've got so much in common.
Yeah. Jeans. Well, I like these. These. I can't remember what these are, but they're nice. They're nice.
Can you stand up and I'll tell you what they are? Can you do a twirl? They are Edwin's.
I like these.
Very nice.
Japanese denim.
Beautiful.
Bit of Japanese denim.
Jacket. Favourite jacket to
Oh,
wear
this.
when you're riding your bike.
This my trusty old Belstaff. And I bought this in Barcelona about 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere in that
All
thing.
weathers.
I've got other jackets. I wear leather jackets and stuff, but I always come back to that.
Yeah. Gloves.
Gloves really where I can lay my hands on. These are, I don't know, those are kind of lineman's doeskin, I don't really think about gloves.
Yeah. Helmet.
Never really cracked the helmet. Because I've had a few machines and different styles.
You need one for
I've
a
had
fast bike as well.
Exactly.
Right.
I wear a belt, but it's all right. It's a little bit. I'm still on the hunt actually for the helmet.
Yeah. It's not easy to find actually. One that actually protects you and looks good at the same time.
Yeah, and just you know it, don't you? You know when you just go that is it, and I haven't actually found it yet, so I'm still experimenting.
I wear this one. It's a Davida. This does not really save your life, but it looks good.
It looks great.
And
Oh,
it's
piss
got
pop.
my name in it, David, which is very important. It's a beautiful thing.
I love those,
Old
but
school.
I don't know what you wouldn't want to fall off in it, but
No,
good enough for my
You
hair.
have to just not fall off ever, and then you'll be fine. What about your favourite movie? Or let's say your favourite motorcycle movie. Is there a couple? Or...
Yeah. I mean, there are there's a few. On any Sunday you can watch. You just watch that on a loop, can't you?
I could watch that on any Sunday.
And
Every Sunday.
I could watch Malcolm Smith ride, on any Sunday.
On his Husqvarna. Brilliant.
But it's got to be. It has to be the Great Escape.
It's a great escape.
It has to be. It has to be that for so many reasons.
Yeah. Why?
Well, I'm a massive Steve McQueen fan, but that goes without saying, because most people are really. But because I always want him to escape. I mean, I remember that film being on in every Christmas since I was a kid, and even now, I know the result of that. That he doesn't make the jump on the right. I still want to believe in that he escapes. I still want him to get away.
Exactly the same. You think this year he might actually do
it, yeah.
Maybe they recut the endings. So that he actually makes it.
And also, there's so many cool performances in that. There's so many cool blokes in that. There's so many cool moments in that.
Yeah.
It's probably like the coolest film.
Yeah.
So I think it's got to be that.
So the favourite scene in that movie is which one?
I have a few, but I think ultimately it has to be the bike chase at the end, and it has to be the jump.
The jump. Yeah.
I mean, there's three moments that burn in my brain. One where he leaps out initially at the beginning when the Queen jumps over the bank. And he's just taken the German uniform and lands the bike and then takes off.
Right.
There's a scene where he swishes a fuel around in a tank.
Yeah.
And then there's the jump.
So why don't we take another look at that scene from a slightly different angle and see if it's as good as we actually remember it being.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, cool.
Hey! Papers! Papers! Oh! Really hard, you idiot! Oh, scheiße! Halt! You idiot!
Well, wow. That was an epic jump. That was the most amazing. I don't remember it being actually that scary.
The German officer was much more prominent than I remember as well. He was different. He was slightly, it's amazing what you forget, isn't he?
How different, you think?
I would have said he was much more camp than,
Camp in a kind of scary way, or
no, just more camp and more theatrical, you know.
Right.
But you know, the stuff of nightmares actually.
It's that's the uniform, I think. So yeah, they're incredible and dangerous stuff that they did back then.
Very dangerous.
How did they get him to do that in the movie, or didn't he do that?
No, he didn't do the jump. I mean, you know, that famously, that's Bud Eakins doing the jump, isn't it?
Right. Who was Steve McQueen's stuntman?
So it was Steve McQueen's stuntman. And I think he would have had a go. You know, I think he would absolutely have had a go at it. But there's no way Hollywood's going to insure a movie star of that stature to jump, you know, that high, that far, and that fast. You know, but I think the only reason he probably did the film, or so I believe, is that because they put that, you know, John Sturges, the director, put that scene in.
So what's your next film coming up, or do you have any projects coming out or released?
Yeah, I have a film coming out in September. It's called The King of Thieves. It's about the Hatton Garden heist. It's kind of a famous heist that happened over the Easter weekend about 3 or 4 years ago.
Are you riding a motorcycle in there?
No, I'm driving a police car.
Oh, right. Who were you working with?
Well, in the movie, I arrest Michael Caine, and there's Ray Winston's in it, and Paul Whitehouse, and Michael Gambon, and sort of all-star old cast, really. They're all great, yeah. It's Tom Courtenay. In fact, it should be called Knights in Hatton Garden, because they're all knighted.
So what about the next job you've got coming up?
I'm off to Covent Garden, to the Donmar Warehouse, to do some Shakespeare. I'm doing Measure for Measure.
Doing some Shakespeare. So Bardock is doing some of the Bard.
That's it.
That's amazing. So what character are you playing in that?
I play a character called Lucio.
Yeah.
Do you know the play?
Yeah, it's by William Shakespeare. I know that well. And do you remember any of your? Have you been learning your?
Well, I've been learning them, but whether I remember them,
could you give us a little taste of a few of them?
I have a little speech. It starts. The Duke is very strangely gone from hence, and with full line of his authority governs Angelo, the man whose blood is very snow broth.
Nice.
One who never feels. Giving fear to liberty, he has picked out an act. Hang on. Giving fear to liberty, he hath picked out an act under whose heavy sense your brother's life falls into forfeit.
Your taxi
Arrest him and post close the letter of the law to make him an example.
Matt.
All hope is gone.
Okay, got it. Got it. Thanks. Matt Bardock, you've been amazing. Thanks so much for coming today. Lovely to have you.